clean energy jobs. It means passing a comprehensive energy and climate bill with incentives that will finally make clean energy the profitable kind of energy in America. I'm grateful to the House for passing such a bill last year, and this year I'm eager to help advance the bipartisan effort in the Senate.
That's the president from the State of the Union. Bipartisan cap and trade. I really thought that one was as dead as a cute cartoon polar bear in the Al Gore movie. Yet, the Washington Examiner reports that the president now is writing the budget, assuming that we will have the $650 billion over the next decade from cap and trade. Wow. So we're counting our chickens not only before they hatch, but from a mother that hasn't even been born yet. What do they know that you and I don't know? How do you develop a budget on things you don't have? Shady backroom activity isn't exactly new to this process. Let's review all of the science these schemes are based on from the UN climate arm, the IPCC. Ready for this? We told you already about how their claims of melting glaciers were based on peer-reviewed science. How many times have you peer-reviewed science? But in an off-the-cuff comment with a magazine interview, this stuff has come undone. Well, now the head of the IPCC, I can't pronounce his name, I'm just going to call him Raj, was finally asked about the glacier mistake on January 22nd of this year. He admitted the error and said, quote, I became aware of this when it was reported in the media about 10 days ago. Facts are really kind of sticky, because the only problem is he was actually told about it months ago in November by a reporter at the journal Science. But November, that's when ClimateGate and the debacle was heating up. The IPCC surely didn't need another scandal right before the opening of Copenhagen. So, did they intentionally hide this information from you until Copenhagen was over? Well, the head of the IPCC, of course, says, absolutely not. But is it possible that they were subtly tipping their hand? Remember the timing here. The IPCC knew about their bad sourcing in November, but they didn't say anything. Let me show you an article from the New York Times, quoting the IPCC on November 26 about ClimateGate. The IPCC relies entirely on peer-reviewed literature in carrying out its assessment. Got it? From the New York Times, and it was also on their website. But when you go to their website, the IPCC website, you find a statement dated 8 days after the New York Times reported on that. It has a little itty-bitty word change here. The IPCC relies mainly on peer-reviewed literature in carrying out its assessment. So it was entirely on their website, and now it's just mainly. This is a pretty big admission. A 418-word statement, and only one word is different. Al Gore stakes his entire case on peer review. I ask the question, what do they know that you and I don't know? Well, let me fast forward to this weekend. The UK Telegraph reports on 2 more newly discovered sourcing debacles. Their claims about melting ice in the Alps and the Andes and in Africa, yeah, it didn't come from peer review. No. They came not from the peer-reviewed scientific literature, but from this. Yes, Climbing Magazine. It's essentially the equivalent of Runner's World for mountain climbing. Amazingly, that's the better of the 2 sources. The other source was, and I kid you not, a student dissertation written by a climate change activist while he was studying for a degree in geography. Whew. You'd think the IPCC head would be stepping down now, but no. He's just releasing a new book. No, not like his memorable 1979 Dynamics of Electrical Energy Supply and Demand. No. It's a new book. It's a very explicit romance novel. It's about a promiscuous climate expert who runs around saving the planet and sleeping with, quote, shapely, dark-skinned girls. It was written, by his own admission, as he traveled between the IPCC meetings. I'm not kidding you. Trillions of dollars of policy are being based on the equivalent of a tennis magazine a geography student, and a scientist pretending to be, I don't know, that he's Ron Jeremy or John Edwards, I'm not sure. And they still expect to get away with it. Again, I don't want to bury the lead here, what we started with. The president currently has money in this new budget, reporting in as income in the new federal budget based on cap and trade, which we don't have yet. I ask one more time, how secure is your freedom today? And what exactly do they know that you and I don't? You can see all the details on this story at glennbeck.com. You can go there now.